everybody, and welcome to another episode of Sit Down Heaux. Let me talk to you real quick here on Afrovibes TV. I'm your host, Kristen, and this is part 2 with the incredibly funny street nigger, not corny nigger, Smackwater. We had so much fun. We had to continue on because I know that y'all like this shit and y'all want to hear what we have to say, okay? Because we definitely are at this point kindred spirits, right? So one thing that I love about Smackwater and his comedy and what he's done and all the brilliance that he brings for all of our viewing pleasure is that he had a very big viral moment on the Pop the Balloon or Find Love phenomenon.
Which viral?
I mean, okay, there were several viral moments, okay? Several viral moments, but the one that a lot of people, so for the people that don't know, about your Pop the Balloon experience, so when you first went on Pop the Balloon, like it was fairly new?
Shout out to Michael Delaboo. He was attached to EMF at the time. The very first time I done it, what was her name? Lolo London, whatever. But yeah, it was fairly new, and the shit, it's a phenomenon. It really is,
It is. So you went on the show and everything, and since then a lot of people have come out, but you're one of the first ones that came out showing your personality, really coming out there saying the shit that motherfuckers wasn't ready to hear, and even though it was probably you, if I can assume, just being yourself, speaking your truth and telling people what you felt like they needed to hear in that moment, right?
Like a motherfucker. And I've had a bunch of moments when I flamed E.T. cake ass up. But I know you talking about the meatball situation because it kind of permeated in the pop culture. And, even though SNL probably won't give a nigga my card being meatball, but that's why they got that Glorilla Dave Chappelle shit.
Yes, exactly. So when you go on the internet and you just be yourself and you cause all this buzz, and then one of the biggest, Saturday Night Live doing parodies of things, like that's when you know it's really made culture. And they took your experience and then used 2 of the most popular people. Right now, Glorilla, she's huge out there. Out of all the female rappers, she's one of my favorites. Some of the other ones, we don't need them. I love me some
Glorilla. You really need a real nigga to put that dick on your man.
She just popped out with a nigga.
What nigga though?
Some little light skinned nigga, some little beige nigga. She done popped out. But that's why I keep telling these girls. I'm like, y'all let these girls tell you, 7 p.m. Friday, I ain't got no nigga, ain't no nigga. She got a whole nigga at the house. And y'all run around, I ain't got no nigga, I'm single. But all the bitches.
And they be talking that shit, bitch be pregnant and all this whole ass. Answer to a nigga, all that shit. But that shit with Glorilla ain't gonna work because Glorilla is a Memphis bitch. Glorilla used to be a little dirty, little ashy little motherfucker.
But now she's moisturized.
Yeah, she moisturized like
moist now.
She look like she smelled like shea butter like a motherfucker. And she fine in a motherfucker.
Glorilla got in the gym and she
But the thing about it is Glorilla is used to being raised. Memphis niggas some real niggas. She used to being raised around them real niggas, and she up there in that motherfucking industry, and them niggas not built like that. But at the same time, she can't go get a nigga like that because you can't bring them niggas around them type of niggas because it's gonna be a problem. Because a real nigga, like a real nigga, be from Memphis or be from Houston, funky bitch. But a real nigga ain't gonna tolerate that whole ass shit that go, because she might be at some kind of business meeting and here go this nigga, what that whole ass nigga looking at, and slap the shit out of one of them bitch ass niggas because he feel like the nigga looking at him funny or looking at her funny or disrespecting, and now he done fucked off a $10 million deal. So, it's give or take.
Yeah, you can't have all those. But actually, even in my own life, like when I was younger, I used to hang out with a little bit more street dudes, people that didn't give a fuck. And as I got older, I had to kind of back away from some of them because they were fucking shit up for me.
No,
I invite them to like one of my events like that. They dress code crazy, talking like they coming in looking like, wearing a tracksuit. To a damn fuck some shit up, talking crazy to look at that rich white bitch over there. Let me see if she gonna pay one of my bills. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Turn the fuck down, little nigga. You need to go up to Sunnyside with that shit or something. We in the loop.
Nigga don't understand that like a motherfucker. Nigga feel like he gotta take the ghetto everywhere with him everywhere he go. I had to learn that shit that wasn't appropriate. I had to learn that shit because I'm a ghetto. I'm from the motherfucking hood. I'm from. It's called the Ghettos. That's the name of it. My projects, the Ghettos. So
what side of town?
North side.
Oh, okay.
Acres Home, 790. West Little York. All Acres Home. 4 stand up. But I had to learn that, you can't take that shit with you everywhere, and it don't make you. It's not code switching, or I'm not gonna change my speech up, but I know that. Okay, I ain't gotta call a funky bitch a funky bitch.
Yeah, in this setting.
Yeah, even though she being a funky.
Yeah, she's a funky bitch.
Yeah.
But right now it's not necessary for me to say this shit.
Yeah.
Because there's something more important going on.
Hey, you know what's going on about your business, lady. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
First, like, let me say something, friendly lady.
Yeah. How I said she gonna feel like a funky bitch. I'm gonna make sure to deliver it to where you walk away feeling like a funky bitch.
Yes, like, hey, at the end of the day, she already knew. She already knew when she walked up in there that she was funky to the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So you can
smell it coming up off her.
From across the room and shit. I smell good.
Sweet than a mother.
I smell good.
Pomegranate cake.
Yeah, okay. I went out moisturized. I exfoliated. I put all my little herbs and everything.
It tastes like pomegranate though.
Maybe, probably. Could be. I've heard in the streets. The word in the streets is.
Oh man, stop playing.
It's like candy.
Stop playing.
That's what the niggas
So this shit go from some hoes to Afro vibes to Afro thighs.
In the thighs. I'm not mad about it. But no, it's important. It's important to take care of yourself. And I try to tell the young girls too. They be washing their pussy with Bath and Body Works. And they be throwing their pH balance off, all them alcohols and stuff. And then they get out twerking and shit and the whole club smells like fish.
I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, that's what I try to teach people. If you messing with a funky,
because bitches love Bath and Body.
No, broke bitches do. I have not used Bath and Body Works since I was in college. I've upgraded. I got better. It's full of perfumes and alcohols.
Okay, so I use
Soap and Glory is a really good brand. Okay, you can get it at Walgreens, sold exclusively there. You have to use Summer's Eve, or I call it my pussy soap, something that doesn't have any dyes, any perfumes. Okay, yeah, so that
vinegar.
Yeah, and also too, distilled water and vinegar works right after your period. Douche that shit out. Just distilled water and vinegar. You gotta clean it out.
You say that shit, I got a whiff of it.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's what you gotta do. I mean, but my mama told me at a young age. Shout out to my mama. She said, "Good pussy is hereditary."
Let me tell you something, fucking bitch. If you ain't got one of them little pink ass things hanging from your motherfucker, use a fucking bitch.
Nasty bitch.
I grew up.
My mama had one.
But I was in the house at one time. It was my grandmother, 5, 6. It was approximately 9 women at one house, but all I seen was one of them things up there. And y'all sharing the motherfuckers?
I don't know if what they was doing, but back in the day, my mom told me about it. She said, "Good pussy is hereditary, but you must maintain it."
Have you? Have you ever stayed at? How many? You got any sisters or anything?
Yeah, I have a sister. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure y'all.
We didn't share anything. Me and my sister, we don't share nothing ever. We just totally different ways.
It was not. But all I ever seen was one of them motherfuckers hanging up in the bathroom. So I don't, But I was a young one. I didn't even know. I got my ass whooped for playing with.
Yeah, me too. No, I was in the shower and I had it and I was singing Michael Jackson. I was in that bitch singing. And my mom, you better put that down. How am I supposed to know?
I was swinging the motherfucker around because
yeah.
If you swing it around real fast, it'll make a noise.
No,
I'm straight slap the shit out of me. I ain't even know.
Dangerous, the girl is so dangerous.
In a black household, I know you.
No, I'm black. I know we was a black household.
Yeah,
we a black household.
But it's different when the black household is father versus mother. Because, mother do a lot of discipline there because she's the first. She's always around. Pops. Well, my pops was locked up anyway.
I never seen my daddy because he's always at work.
See what I'm saying? So the black in a black household, a black woman is the first, and a black mama, she'll slap the shit out of you and won't even tell you what it is.
Yeah, exactly. And there was so many times.
I was just spinning the thing around and she slapped the shit out of me behind that whole ass shit, man.
I told my mama I was in trouble when I was a kid and didn't even know why. I'm just sitting in my room like.
Your mama, she was. What was her nationality?
My mother is mainly Middle Eastern, but she always think about
not a nationality, nigga.
Well, I just say, okay, well, the bloodline, it's from Iran, and then my grandmother's Native American. She has like a whole braid down her knee. So
your grandmother on your mama's side.
Mm-hmm. So my grandfather was Persian, and my grandmother's Native. She's still living too. She had 14 kids.
Damn,
that bitch is crazy. My mom is 5'10".
That's a crazy mix. Like
I know, right? It's crazy. And especially when you don't see my hair, people always stop me. What are you? Because you have different features. I'm like,
that's a crazy mix.
Yeah, it's a crazy mix. It's been difficult.
I'm trying to even figure out how the hell that even.
I gotta show you my mom. She's fucking gorgeous. I have my mom's face tattooed across the side of my ass because she's so beautiful. I just
That's
have
weird as
I
fuck
do.
right there.
I have my whole mom's face on the side.
So a nigga hitting you from the back, looking at your.
It's on the side. I can't see this. It's like here. Like, okay, so it's
Well,
like
what if a
right here.
nigga got you on your side like a motherfucker hit you from
It
the
hasn't
back?
stopped anything. My mama's face is pretty. I mean, I don't know.
That's kind of weird though. That's like having a threesome with
Niggas
a
do-
mama and a daughter.
Weirder shit, okay? In this lifetime. Me
That's
having
like
my
having a
mom-
threesome with a mama and a daughter at the same.
Niggas do it. Niggas have done it.
So I'm sitting out.
Niggas have fucked daughters and mothers.
Yeah. But I'm sitting out at your mama's house and she walked by and I'm like,
Well, she's an old lady now.
shit, that what?
and she married and she bake on the weekend. She an old southern.
Hey, brother-in-law.
But I mean, okay, honestly, it was a cover up. That's the reason why I even, did that, But then I have my son tattooed. Yeah, it was my second husband's name. He was like crazy, and he was just like, "Oh, if you do something to whatever." I put his little name, and then that's like I literally just knew I was getting a divorce. I didn't even divorce yet. I already went and covered shit up. Yeah, but I kind of
must have putting that dick on your motherfucking ass.
It was a lot of weird shit with that relationship, but it was.
You might like weird shit.
Maybe so to a certain extent, but
Till it get too weird.
Till it get too weird.
See, that's
a weird person though.
That's the thing about weird.
There's levels to it.
But it usually motherfuckers only give you what they can handle, what you can handle, or they only give you what they think you can perceive and respect. But weird don't stop right here, cake ass nigga. This is so you got to know, man, that nigga weird. So it's other weird. He just giving you some shit that you'll respect and that you'll accept.
That time that went on, he started doing more and more weird shit and just doing like real feminine shit.
You got to know that shit exists, my nigga. That if a nigga out here doing this, then you best believe if this comes along with it that he doing that too. You know what I'm saying? So if a nigga going to a gay club and you not 6 months later you catch a nigga in the car with a pump, but not I'm surprised.
No, you shouldn't be weird. I mean, you shouldn't be because it's with some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is like understanding that people are different. But then having to understand like just deal breakers is two totally different things. So things happen, you move on with life. It is what it is. That was then, this is now,
You should ask that nigga from the jump. Would you suck a dick, bitch ass? I
did ask. He wasn't on some gay shit. He was just on some, he was raised by only women and acted like a bitch. That's how he chose to use his life circumstances. And my daddy looked him in his eye and said, I could tell you were raised by a woman because you act like a bitch. And I can't raise you, but I can tell you how to act now. Try to help his little bitch ass out. To act right,
you can't. Because once a motherfucker established core beliefs and core values, that's it, man.
Yep.
Once a motherfucker and he got that bitch up in him, that's just what the fuck it is. You ain't
but I didn't know.
finna circumcise bitch up like a bitch.
You can't heal bitch assness, at the age of 30 something, and he was older, much older. He's like 15 years older than me as well.
You cannot exercise bitch up out of bitch ass nigga. You just can't, man.
It's just something that's in there, and another bitch will take on.
It's up and it's stuck, as they say.
It's up and it's stuck and it's not going anywhere. And be happy being a bitch ass nigga for the rest of your life. And that's all we gonna say about that nigga anymore, because that was then, this is now. But we are gonna take a break so that we can go to our commercial, make sure we pay our bills up in this bitch, and then we'll be right back on Sit Down Heaux. Let me talk to you real quick here on Afrovibes TV. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sit Down Heaux. Let me talk to you real quick here on Afrovibes TV. It's your girl, Kristen, and I'm still here with Smackwater, talking all the shit and breaking things down for you hoes. We're giving you all the free information, so you're welcome with your slow ass. Okay, so I wanted to talk more about, so since, you said Pop the Balloon's a huge phenomenon, so there's a Houston version called Love Mountain, and they actually hit my line one day. That's the name of the production company that does a Houston one. So the original one with Arlette and them, that's the #1 version on YouTube. Ours is the second most popular version on YouTube at this point.
Original one with who?
Oh, with Arlette, the one that got picked up by Netflix. That original version of Pop the Balloon. Because, there's so many versions now. So the Houston version, I worked there. They hit me up one day. They're like, yo, Kristen, you're lit. Did a bitch. We want to give you some money to come and talk shit. I was like, okay. So they gave me my own show, and it's called After the Pop. So after the motherfuckers all go through the line, they get all their balloons popped, they're looking all sad and shit. They come over there and I stroke their ego, right? So that's the show that I have with Pop the Balloon.
If they wanna cut a check, I come over there and turn that shit up. But that's, you know.
Yeah, I always believe in people have to be paid for their excellence, right? So I'm here for it. I'm gonna ask the producer if they'll cut you a check. But at any rate, with the dating show, so many things come up, different topics, right? Which is like, because I'm not out there like that before I was on the show, like talking to people all the time, there's a lot of topics I had no idea that even really exist. So with this shit, one of the main things that people are talking about is the hair thing with bitches. You know, I'm getting dragged on the internet right now because I told on my show, this guy was like, oh, I popped on her because of weave. And I was like, well, if you don't like weave, then you just stop dating black bitches. Okay? Because, you know, it's not going to happen. I sat and I thought for a long time, you know, like, what black bitch do I know that don't wear weave?
You know what I do? I play a game with myself when I go out sometimes. Like I'm in the club and I just look at the club, especially when it's jumping, when it's packed, everybody in there, and I try to guess how much money worth of weave is in the club.
We could like put all these bitches in the chokehold, snatch all their weave off, and go resell it and come up.
But the whole thing about it is, you might be putting a little bit on it because a lot of these hoes got that Yankee number 5.
Oh, yeah,
that ain't that Brazilian racy shit.
They got that shit on Amazon for $10. And you're bragging about it. Oh, girl, I got this on Amazon.
That's that shit that's down on the floor that you can run out the store with, and the motherfucker don't even come from behind the counter to chase you. You just be like, you don't come back to my store. Because that other shit that way up here, you gotta get
it's locked up and everything. There's little filters on
you ain't got that old fucking
yeah,
bitch.
you ain't got that bitch. But yeah, so the fake hair, and like I'm a natural girl. I got a whole lot of hair. Yeah, y'all, I love having a lot of hair. I love the fact that I can take it down. Niggas want to play in my hair and they want to look at my scalp just to make sure it's real.
Where your hair
you know,
stop at?
it's probably here. Shrinkage is real. Yeah.
Talk about where it stop at. You got it down on that thing now.
That's nasty. You know, girls have got to remove hair. That's a hygiene thing. Bitches that are walking around with their underarm or their hair, it's nasty. It's hygiene. That's a place for sweat and bacteria to live.
You know, when I was younger,
it's a part of grooming yourself.
hairy pussy was the thing back in the 80s.
I believe that. No, I met an older nigga one time and he told me, he was like, I like hairy pussy. He told me that shit. He actually told me he wished I had some hair on my pussy. He told me that. And I was like, wait a
hairy pussy.
I wish I had $1 million, nigga.
When that whole hair gets stuck to the back of you trying to get that.
That's how I can feel.
Yeah, when you trying to steady eat the pussy, but that motherfucker stuck at the same time, that's not a good feeling.
It's not a good feeling.
And it holds a little pungent type odor like a motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. That's the reason why you have to remove the hair. That's a place for bacteria, germs, and funk to live. You got, especially in these H-Town streets, it's too fucking hot for that shit.
You know what? And you know why? What I realized is, as a youngster, I never, ever saw a pussy print like a motherfucker. And ain't nothing like a good old camel toe. I didn't. You never see, because every bitches had bush. You know, they had bush.
Now they got them yoga pants on with that thing. It's out there.
Yeah.
You know.
But as a kid, though, you know, and since that was the culture, because remember we talked about how culture, looking at the culture from inside versus outside, and since that was the culture as a kid, and you seen a grown woman bush, you be like, ooh, I seen her hair.
Yeah. That was like, ooh, it's risque to see that. Yeah. But you know, when I was coming up, my mother didn't raise me like that. She always, one thing about my mother, my father, my dad even is like, look, I'm not raising no rude, you know, black women with attitude, snapping your neck and talking all crazy. Don't do that shit. You know? Oh, no, I don't.
No, I'm just
no, not at all. No, he didn't feel that out here. Like,
I'm just fucking with you.
Nah. No, if I gotta text somebody, I'll cuss they motherfuckers outside. My dad's like, yeah, go ahead. But no, with a man, I am nice, I'm kind, I'm sweet, I'm supportive. I don't raise my voice and talk all crazy, you know, to men. I know being a black man is very, very hard, you know, to fight, just being in these streets to survive. So when you come home to your bitch, you shouldn't be fighting. My dad,
you should be fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking and eating.
Fucking and eating and laughing.
Plate, food, pussy, it don't matter. Fucking and eating.
Exactly. You shouldn't be doing all that stuff. My daddy, like, he just raised me. He's like, girls keep their nails done. I don't want to see no crusty toes. I don't want to see no chipped fingernail polish. Don't be coming out looking a fool. Like my dad said, if I ever see you with this bonnet on, walking around and shit, I will choke your ass. I was raised, my dad said, I want a nigga worth a damn to want my daughters. So
just the mention of the word bonnet, damn, that triggered me.
I know. I'm saying, relax. Numb your heart and get your, numb your heart and get your, numb your heart and get your.
Who sound like a motherfucker?
I was a raggedy. Walking around.
Man, let me tell you something. I was in Orlando. Shout out to Corey Holcomb and my nigga Goose. Me and Goose. Yeah, Goose the Great. We shot down to Orlando to go fuck with Corey Holcomb. He was doing a weekend in Orlando. And so when I'm leaving and I'm behind these hoes in line, and it's 5 of them. It's 4 grown. Two of them was maybe 14, 11 or 11, probably 14, 17, and maybe 20, 21. And then they had a baby. The baby was like 1 or 2. Every last 5 females, and every last one of them had bunnies on.
Even the baby had a
Even
bunny?
the baby had a
Oh, the baby had a bunny.
this shit here threw me for a loop. And so they was ahead of me. Maybe it was somebody between us. We checking in, going through TSA. And I'm like, man, please don't let these bitches be going to Houston. Please don't let these bitches be going to Houston.
You know those are H-Town hoes.
Please don't let these bitches. I walk up there and these fucking bitches is sitting right there waiting. And that white folks don't understand nigga culture, especially when something is new. Cause this happened when Bunnies first hit, and so white folks was really just. I'm looking at their face. They confused as fuck. One white woman, she walked, and then cause Orlando got a big ass window like where the terminal was, and the white woman, she thought she was slick, but I'm watching. She walked by me, she looked, and she walked over to the window, and I seen her do like that.
What's going on?
No, she looking for rain. She
oh hell no!
She walked over to the window and looked, and I say, cause I was like, what the
There has to be a reason.
I say, oh, this bitch think it's gonna rain outside here.
There has to be a reason why they all have this shit on their head.
Yeah.
It's out of control. It looks, and it's crazy how they have this protective style on to protect some damn weave. You know, they're not even protecting their own fucking hair.
The whole part about it is that weave nappy and funky than a motherfucker.
Sweat up in there.
It look like your real hair no kung fu funky. They're trying to kick that shit up.
I mean, and when they take their little weave off, then their hair looks like a like a dirty tennis ball.
Let me tell you something
fucking hair.
Let me tell you something funky, bitch.
Funky bitch.
If you can't afford jail to lay that shit down, funky bitch, you do not need to be in the club, funky bitch.
Nope, you don't need to be.
If you've been having that shit in your head way past the point, like I'm sure, does that shit got an expiration date?
It does. These hoes be wearing box braids for 62 days, and it's out of control. You got to stop.
Does it really have an expiration date?
Yeah, it does.
Get the fuck out.
You're not supposed to be using that shit forever. It's synthetic.
I understand that, but it actually got it got. That's funny shit. I mean, it really got an expiration date.
I believe so. On the bottom, we saying like best used by. You know, to try to tell these hoes you can't install this in your head and then wear it the whole summer. There's a bitch that's getting a weave right now that plans to keep it until October. I swear to God. Where are we at right now? What is it? Cinco de Mayo? No, where are we at? It's May what? May 30? I don't know where we at. May 20th?
Bitch, your house smell like bougie bunton, funky bitch.
Talking about champion? Yeah, no. I told her, I said, your hair smells like fucking segregation. It smells like Jim Crow. You smell like you were in the field with the ancestors.
That's crazy as fuck.
Control. Like it makes they walk by. Like sometimes when I go around, I know I'm be around a lot of young black women with the hair. I put a little scented oil on the tip of my nose. So I gotta smell these hoes.
It really, when I see a hoe and that shit don't match the regular texture of your hair, bitch, your shit be looking like.
I had to host an event and the girl, it was like Kunta Kinte and then Jennifer Lopez. I mean, I was just like Kunta Kinte.
Crazy.
Like, and then why didn't you blend it?
I don't know. They want to lay that shit
hair. I wear fake hair. It looks like my hair. I wear textured hair. You know, like I'm not going to be sitting up here. And then also too, I ain't gluing. Have you seen the hoes that glue the shit down and it's all crusty at the edges and all this? I've never
look like Taco Bell beans. Hey, man, y'all gotta get.
It look like some paint that's drying, but hasn't quite got there yet. You know, it's a little bit wavy right there, and they be looking dirty and they smell bad, and I don't understand it. You know, like what's so hard about being 1990s fine? You know, that's what I feel like I am. I feel like I'm 1990s fine.
Women in the 90s were jewels.
But the truth, man.
They were jewels. They really was bad. A woman, if you go back and look at females in the 90s, man, they were.
Go look at Eva Long in the 90s.
Man, these big long ass motherfucking eyelashes on.
You know who my doppelganger is?
Oh.
Jada Pinkett. That's what people always say. I'm the Jada Pinkett doppelganger.
You know what? what you could have played on in the 90s,
Hmm.
you could have played on A Different World.
I could have. I have that look. Yes, I just started watching it the other day because they put it on Netflix or some shit.
Yeah, you could have
Yeah.
played on A Different World
Mhm.
like a motherfucker.
Shout
You
out
got
to
the
Jasmine
whole,
Ryan.
yeah, you got the whole little Different World vibe. You could have
Yep.
played on that.
I would have been with the little nigga with the flip glasses. I would have stole the other bitch man. I would have stole that.
Oh, Dwayne Wade?
Yeah, I would have stole
Dwayne
him.
Wade.
I would have stole that because he was back then. He was fly with a little thing, but then he had like fuck Shantae Moore, and then he had left her. She was like, "I'm sorry that your man." She's all singing about she had a man at home and shit, and the nigga left her.
He was fucking Shantae?
Yeah, that's what she's singing about. Shantae's good. Oh man, that bitch ass nigga left her ass. She made a whole fucking track. Love that song. Love you, Shantae Moore. But that bitch made a song, got nutted in, and then he left her.
Damn, nigga, you got to fuck Shantae.
Yeah, bad bitch.
God.
Bad team.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, nigga.
Yeah, he was lit back then.
Yeah, because there was that era of female R&B, like the female, you had her, Adina Howard, you had, God damn.
I need a freak in the morning, a freak in the evening.
You ain't old enough to know all that shit, though, man.
I need a roughneck nigga. Yeah. Like in an hour, t-shirt
shit,
and my panties on.
I was in my choice.
Okay, so I remember
somebody was playing that shit. You ain't got.
I was young, and I remember being young. It was in California, but my dad is from Crosby, Texas. So you know, Houston. He always represents Houston.
Yeah.
So he had got the tape for Good Loving Body Rockin' Knockin'. He was playing it. I was low key like, that's not Houston right there. That's not Houston music. Yeah. So my daddy was playing me that shit.
Yeah, like a motherfucker, because you showed it. You was too young to know about that.
Yeah, my parents, they're very big into music and, you know, respect on the parents.
This is fucking shit. I don't even remember that. Well, I wasn't into, that wasn't a big thing who was fucking
Yeah, it wasn't. If you caught it in jet sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Something like that. There was a lot of like, so even back in
Black Power.
Yeah, the Black Power Cup. There was a few back then. Even in the early 90s, you had, you remember that group Shy?
Fuck it.
So, yeah. So that nigga in Shy, he was with Coco from SWV. They were a low power couple back in the day too.
I think everybody was with Coco from SWV.
Oh well, he got a baby with her. You know, so they was traveling
with H-Town or something.
Yeah.
Like everybody was.
Welcome
to Houston. Everybody fucking.
Everybody, and that nigga from Shy, he lives here in Houston now too. But yeah, everybody was fucking everybody back then. It was a good time. But yeah, the 1990s.
Yeah.
It was a good time. Good time to be alive.
Everybody fucking everybody. At least it was just. When they say everybody was fucking everybody, they meant niggas was fucking bitches, bitches was fucking niggas.
Yeah.
Nah, when they say everybody fucking everybody,
people having orgies and everybody participate on some real different shit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'll be a topic for another time. It was really great to catch up with you. It was great to see you. I hope we can do this again.
You catch up with me.
Yes.
Nigga, this first time,
well, I'm talking about like catch up because you know what people are doing because you're on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you always know what people are doing. So like, to catch up in person, to get to be all your energy and vibe. Yes. So we have to do it again. We're gonna work together in the future. I can feel it. We're gonna get a check and we're gonna keep telling these motherfuckers about themselves. Okay? So and if you don't get a check, don't motherfucking call us. Get your paper right before you call us to work, okay? But until next time, on Sit Down Heaux, let me talk to you real quick here on Afrovibes TV. It's your girl Kristen signing off with Smackwater.
Funky bitch.
Funky bitch.